All right, so here we're going to go to the setup tab and set up our show. So we've got our show directory set up, and what we want to do now is add our network. So this is where we talk to our different controllers, and the controllers in turn control our pixels. So for example, I'm going to use E1.31, which is also known as SACN. There's all these different protocols, but I think E1.31 is the best. Coming from a stage lighting background, that is, what I see is the best, just because it works really well and it's fairly lightweight on your network. It's lighter weight than ArtNet, which we can see here below. So I highly recommend it. But if your controllers don't talk E1.31 or SACN, that is totally okay as well. So I'm just gonna press that button, boom, and we get this walks right through here. So we can go in and say multicast or unicast. I'm going to recommend unicasting everything. We can talk more about network setup in another video, but multicast is a little easier and you can get away with it on smaller displays. But there comes a point where your display is going to get big enough that some of your controllers may get overwhelmed with the amount of information that they're having to parse through. At that point, you're going to want to convert to unicast if you haven't already. So multicast, you don't have to enter an IP address, because the protocol, the computer sends out the information and the controllers listen and they say, hey, I've got a piece of information for me. I'm going to grab it and ignore the rest. Unicast, on the other hand, is where I literally type in the IP address of my pixel controller. So say it's 192.168.0255. Then I set the starting universe and the total number of universes. So let's just do 4 universes here. Actually, I've got an Advatech xLight 4, which does 8 universes total. So let's do 8. Last channel, leave this at 510. Just don't change that unless you're going to. It's less complicated because there's not a half pixel at the end of a universe. Then it makes troubleshooting easier too. And then press OK. There is a description here. So for example, we can just go ahead and name this after the controller that I have. Boom. So we press enter, and now we've got all these units here. I'm just going to press save setup. Anytime I see something in red, as long as I'm happy with it, I'm going to get rid of that. And then it's going to show us, hey, this is our network, our port, our universe. Is it active? What is it? Good to go. Awesome. So once you coordinate all that, and again, you're going to want to go ahead, know what your controllers are set up as, at least hopefully and match it all up in here. Then you can go ahead and verify that on your layout tab, everything is hunky-dory with what you're doing here. So for example, if I go ahead and I select let's sort by start channel. I started with my porch because my porch is what I did. The very first prop I made was my porch. All right. And we see here the start channel. So the start channel is very important as we scroll through some different ones here, because it tells us where things are in all of the universes. And what we can see, if we just select one of these guys here, what we can see is we've got a start channel and an end channel. And by default, when I create all my models, and this is fine, you don't have to change this up for sure, but the way that this works by default is that the start channel for the first thing that you make is 1, and then after that, the start channels just go, hey, after Porch V1, which was my first model that I made, we start this, and then it tells you, hey, that's 142. But I can go down here to the bottom and I can change that start channel at any time. So say I need it to be 150. Now it's reset that, it's scaled everything else back. There is a save button. I'm not going to press it. But so these channels correspond in the setup tab right here to the channels. And so what I'm able to do is I can change any of these anytime I want. Now, notice I had turned on here output to lights at one point. I think in between screen captures. And we'll get back to that. But basically what we're going to do is sync up our channels to what we need. So this is our universe, and this is the channels. This is right here, the mapping in xLights. So this is really the channel number is what the layout view is looking at. And I don't personally usually change the channels around much. But what you want to do then is set, okay, this starts at 1 to 510, 511 through 1020, or this one, 1021 to 1530, or this one. And you can organize this however you want to match things up. What I like to do is just sit down and look at my layout and look at the controllers that I'm going to use, okay? So I've got this Advotech Pixlight. I've got an Intec Pixel Octo, which is a professional grade one for my work in stage lighting. And I'm going to have a Falcon later this year as well. And so I just lay out, okay, how does this make sense from a wiring perspective? Like, say I have my Pixlight sitting down here in the corner of my 4, and it's going to run this stuff on the columns and maybe this matrix. Okay, so I would go port 1 on that, can do up to 680 pixels. It's going to do how many? And I just put this in a spreadsheet. I use Google Sheets all the time because then I can go ahead and I can start assigning stuff. I can say, okay, I've got this many pixels on this port. So that's 680 pixels, say, in this matrix on port 1 of my Pixlight. Now I go here in my setup and I say, okay, universes 1 and 2 are that Pixlight. I have 680, so this is 510. And then for this one, starting universe 2, all I need here is 510, 680, 170. Press OK. Now that changes the number of channels. So notice that was just the last channel number because the channels are always going to start at 1. And then 511 through 680. So I've patched those 680 channels. Oops. Now I just reordered it. So you can do that really easily at any time. That's the great part about this. And then I'll just go through and patch the rest of them. So setting up, okay, now universe 3 is going to have how many channels on it? Because that's on my Pixlight. I say universe 3 is port 3 on my Pixlight. I like to start each port on each controller, each output where I'm physically connecting pixels to a new universe. That makes your life so much more complex. Just please stay organized in this. And then I just set all these up to do what I want. Then, after hitting Save Setup, I can hit the light bulb, turn output to lights on. And when you do that, if you've got things plugged in, set up, got your network set up properly, you can just go to your sequencer at that point. I had to reboot xLights here a minute ago because I thought I needed to, but I didn't really have to. Open up this test1 file. Open this up, and this is being output to lights. This preview when I click on it. Also, if I click on it, basically everything I see in here is going to be output when output is on, okay? And so that is really helpful. You can literally plug in your controllers, plug in your pixels. Maybe you've put some of the stuff on your house. Maybe you've just got it set up inside, maybe an individual prop, and you can test it because this is going to tell you as you run some basic effects, a couple things. It's going to tell you, okay, is my controller set up right? Is the right thing wired to the right place? Then you can run an effect like just literally just run a color effect here. Like maybe I turn it on. Okay, turn everything on. I just clicked on that. Then I say, okay, that works. So let us go to, say, the bars. The bars is a really good one. We drag that to my all here. And then by default, this is red and white and it's going up. Now I can click Effect Colors here. You see this pop up. I can then select different colors. So I like to do a good red, green, blue effect, and white is still in here. We'll turn off white. I like to do a good red, green, blue effect. Let me just get rid of this one because it's interfering. Or no, it's this one. And so, a good red, green, blue effect there is going to show me on my pixels, hey, are things wired the right direction? Is the effect running the correct way? Then it's going to show me, are the red, green, and blue the proper colors? And if you start to see, okay, what's going on here? Like, for some reason, red's not red, green's not green, blue's not blue. And then you could go ahead and literally just, stop your effect here with the cycles and look at this, in static and say, okay, these ones are supposed to be red, these ones are supposed to be green, these ones are supposed to be blue. Which are they? You may have to go into your controller settings and change the order of your pixel. But basically, this is the setup tab. And once you get this going, you're able to really get started with xLights. And so join me over on learnchristmaslighting.com and be sure to subscribe here. I'm going to have more info coming out about xLights, about sequencing, about Vixen, about pixels, all this stuff. And I've got a free guide over at learnchristmaslighting.com called 3 Things You Need to Know Before You Create Your First DIY Christmas Lights Display. And I want you to get that. So hop over there and I'll get that guide right to you. Thanks.